Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and I want to welcome everybody from all around the world joining us tonight. Tonight, we do have a very special guest. She is now sitting in the dead space, but I will be bringing her on screen in just a little bit. Yes, she's here. She's here. I know most of you are here for her. And we are really excited tonight because we are going to be doing something that is probably one of the most requested videos that you guys ask for. People always want to know how to use the Mandala Maker to create a wreath or a mandala. So tonight I have the Mandala Queen herself, the girl who designed the Mandala Maker, both sets. It's Rina K, and she is going to be joining me on set to create a mandala. Actually, she's going to do the mandala part of the night, and then I'm going to be in the dead space working the controls, and then we're going to swap. So we're going to be running back and forth. But I'm going to welcome all of you coming in. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and people are starting to come in. I just have to apologize to all my Facebook friends that I didn't post the little teaser video tonight. I got distracted. Rina and I started talking, and I never got that little teaser with the links. But I see a lot of you coming in, and you have found us, so that is great. So, Rina, do you want to come up here and say hello? Oh,
I was gonna flash the other camera on me.
well, you definitely could do that, but you want to say hi?
Hello, I'm here.
Here she is. Hey.
Hello.
It is so good to have you here. It's been so long.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. But
I'm ready
Rina,
to be creative.
But she is now, I know so many of you were like, where's Rina? Where's Rina? Rina has opened her own salon, and she does her mother's hair.
I've been cutting bangs. Doing things, sweeping hair, things like that, covering grays, changing lives.
You have been.
I need a break.
So you're going to get creative tonight?
Yes. We're going to do
in a different way.
Yes. We're going to do some techniques, some tips and tricks that I have for making mandalas, and we're going to color them, and we're going to do some fun little things, and hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So how about if I show them what we're going to use tonight, and then I'll turn the camera over to you.
I will go back into the ether.
Into the dead space.
Yeah.
That's what your dad calls it. So Tom is actually out of town right now, but he is, hopefully he's watching. Tom, if you're watching, hello. I don't know if he even has internet where he is, but we sure have missed Tom the last two lives. Now, just a little bit of business before we get started. I have to do this little housekeeping note. I will not be live on Thursday this week. Tom and I are going to be away, just away from work, celebrating our anniversary. And so I have a video that is going to go up at noon on Thursday during our regularly scheduled time, but it is a pre-recorded video. And then I also have a weekend video that I'm going to post on Friday for you. So I have two videos coming up for you this week. And then Tom and I will be back here in the studio next Tuesday night for our regular Stampin' Chat Live. All right, so I want to show you the products that we're going to be using tonight so that you guys have an idea of what we're going to be doing. So let's go to the overhead. Let's see here. All right, so we are going to be using Master Layouts 3. Now, this die set was created to coordinate with the Wreath Builder. It's got squares in here that actually will cut your paper to the perfect size to fit into both the 3 3/4 inch template and the 4-inch template. Then we are going to be using the Wreath Builder Templates, and this is the 2-pack right here. So if you're new to wreath building or mandala making, this is the template set. And the way you set this up is you take either the 3 3/4 inch or the 4-inch template, and you put it into your MISTI the way I have mine right here. Just tape it down into your MISTI, into the corner, and your cardstock is going to go inside this template. So Master Layouts 3 was designed to create those perfect pieces that go right inside this template, which is kind of nice because it also has the shadow layers and it has all of the circle pieces, so you can do the centers of the wreaths. So make sure if you are a Wreath Builder fan and you haven't picked this up, this does give you that little decorative edge too because it's got the stitching. So we're going to make Rina use that tonight. And then these are the 2 Mandala Maker sets. So we have the original Mandala Maker right here, which is a little bit more simplistic. And then we've got the Mandala Maker 2. Now, I don't know which one she's going to use, but they're both so fun. And the beauty of this is the way Rina designed these, they mix and match together. So you might want some simpler shapes, but then you might want some little details to put in there as well. So you can work with both of these together. If you are new to the Mandala Maker and you just want one, you just want to try one, I kind of think maybe, what do you think, Rina? Do you think number 1, you could turn your mic up too if you want. Do you think...
Testing. Hello. Hello. Yes, I'm here still.
So do you think if somebody's brand new to mandala making, do you think they should go with 1 or 2?
I think they should go with 1 because 1 has all of those like regular graphic shapes, like that circle and those squares, and all those little points are really good ways to add a lot of detail because of the way they overlap. So if you do those circles or those squares, you're going to get a cool like kaleidoscope kind of pattern, and there's a lot less pressure to place everything in the right way. As the creator of both, I think both of them would be a great starting point. However, I know that's not
always, it's not always in everybody's
not always the
budget.
strongest recommendation. So if you have to pick one, definitely go with the first if you're new to it. But if you feel like you get a little comfortable with that and want something a little more, the second one is a good way to add a lot more detail when you become a little more advanced with working with the pieces.
Awesome. Well, maybe tonight you should do 1.
Okay.
And then maybe just add a couple things from this one just to show people how to add the details. But
Absolutely.
I'll leave that up to you. And these are brand new sets. We have our old kind of beat up ones over here that we're going to use so that we don't have to open these, because these are a little bit limited and we don't want to open new inventory. So yes, Rina designed all of these. Isn't that amazing? When these came out, people went crazy for them, and she's going to show you why tonight. Okay, and then we also have the Wreath Builder template already loaded in. And then we already pulled, these are my Master Layouts 3. I'll show you what comes in here. What I really love about this Master Layouts 3 die set is you've got these 2 that work with the 3 3/4 inch template. Then you've got the 2 that work with the 4-inch template. And believe it or not, there's a big difference in the size. This creates a much bigger wreath than this one. And then you also have the 2 that work with the mini. So the mini Wreath Builder, which is a separate template, these work in the mini Wreath Builder template, which is great for little tags and holiday wreath tags and things like that. And then it's got these with the stitched circles so that you can create centers for your wreaths or your mandalas. And then it's got these little strip sentiments. So if you wanted to do one where you've got your mandala or your wreath, and then you have like a little center greeting here, but then you want to add a little something to it down here, you can do that kind of thing too, which is really fun. So this is Master Layouts 3, and this is available. And if it's not available right now, they're coming in. I know that some of our master layouts have been out of stock, but I did get a notification that they're all being manufactured as we speak. They're actually being packaged, and then they're going to be shipped out to us. So I would say within the next week or 2, we should have all of our master layers restocked. So if you want this and it is out of stock, just get on the notify me list. Yes, Master Layouts 3. I'll show it one more time. And then I will also post that we use this in our in the description here on YouTube. So you can always go back to our YouTube videos and check the descriptions, and it tells you what we used. All right. Well, with that being said,
can I get the camera on me for a second?
Absolutely.
They gave me the job of managing the video board. I just have to ask, what's going on with these hats? What's up with this set?
Well, see, a while, but do you remember the video that you and I did Was it, did you and I, no, I don't know if you did the video with
This
me.
is all independent of me.
Okay.
This-
So Dad and I did a video not that long ago where I used an old book, pages from an old book to make a background.
Okay.
And I wanted to make a masculine card, so I picked up a cowboy book.
Okay.
And it turned out to be a romance novel.
Okay.
And so I got a little distracted by the book and forgot to actually make the card for a little while because I was reading the book while we were live.
Nice, nice.
So people know that I like cowboys now. So now they're turning Dad into a cowboy. Can I see you again in that hat? I love it.
It's a look for sure.
It is a look.
There's just so many back here. I was just alarmed with the collection he's creating.
Well, Dad's popular, and some of our wonderful viewers have sent him those gifts.
Very sweet of you guys.
Did you
I know
see his
that
cup?
he loves the lives. He is having a great time doing all of this.
Did you see his cup back there?
Living in the dead space.
Yeah, that's
Was
where
this custom made.
it was custom made,
Wow.
and that's where you
I
are
can't
right
imagine
now.
you'd find this at Target, but very nice. He loves a specialized personal gift like this.
He
so
does.
Very funny.
So
all right,
fun.
enough of me back here.
All right, so Rena's going to come up here. Come on up here, Rena.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
come
front
on up.
camera's on.
Yeah,
Is
the
that
front.
okay?
That's fine. Yeah, I can take care of it from here.
All right,
But I'm gonna leave-
preface this. I am sweaty. My hair is not washed, and my nails are not done. But that's okay because now I can grip the stamps a little better.
That's right.
But nothing's gonna fix the grease. So just if you see grease, you don't.
I did find a black ink cube for you.
Love that.
Because I was thinking, if you want to make me a simple mandala,
Okay.
then I'll come up and I'll color it with colored pencils and Gamsol while you're working on
Okay.
something else. Does
Yeah.
that sound like a plan?
That's what I like to do with mandalas.
Mm.
Like I liked making cards with them. I like making backgrounds, but they're really fun to just like mass stamp and then color all of them.
Yes.
If you need like a day where you don't want to think, you just want to color, it's a great way to create really, really cool patterns. All right, so now it's just me here. Geez. Oh boy. Okay.
Yes, you're on.
Hey guys. All right. So it's still on me. My mom's moving back there. Thank you for the comments on my hair. I appreciate it.
All right, so
Very
you
fun.
let me know when you're ready.
I think I'm ready.
All
I mean,
right.
I'm here.
All right, let's do it.
There's no better time than now. All right. So again, I'm a little rusty, but I'm going to go with what I remember here. So we're cutting out the pieces of paper first, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this one with the detail will be our white card, correct?
That's correct.
All right. We're gonna be playing some verbal ping pong here to make sure that I'm not ruining everything. So just bear with me.
You know, Rena, I don't know how you feel about that because back when you were doing the Wreath Builder and the Mandala Maker, we didn't have the master layouts. So you had
That's
to
true.
cut everything
I know.
by hand.
I had to use math like a caveman to make my cards. All right. So I'm going to place this here, etched side down, and then we're putting this on top. See, guys, I still know what I'm doing.
I'm just waiting for the whole thing to come shooting across the
Yeah.
room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got it. Nice and easy. So simple. So simple. Okay, now I'm going to cut out the layering sheet. That's with the bigger one without the details. I've made the mistake on the last pieces of my cardstock using the wrong size die, using the detailed one on the darker piece of paper. Don't do that. Focus. And it'll be easy.
So, Rena, we've had a request.
Yes?
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here. Here we go.
My body art.
Yes.
So I have this. She's beautiful. Nice little Medusa. She's very pretty. It hurt very bad, but you know, could be worse. I have this, which Alicia actually designed for me and made into one of her stickers. Love her. Love her eyebrows. She's always winking at me. It's funny. I actually went to the bowling alley the other day, and there was a woman there wearing a shirt, and it had the exact same print on it, like eyebrows and eyes like winking. And I came up to her like, hey, and she did not respond. I think she thought I was crazy, but it was weird for me. So yeah. Other than that, I have some hand tattoos. I have a little Virgo sign and a heart that's crooked, but it's fine. I paid $100 for it. I know it's a scam, but I did it and it's here now and it's great. So now we have our layering piece done and we're going to move on. I love how these work, these spellbinder things, but it still is a little stressful for me to move them. They're just kind of loud.
They are loud.
All right, so that's done. So now there's a bunch of my hair on the table. I'm so sorry. I'm shedding. All right, so now I have my Misty and the template is already in there. My mother explained it so perfectly. I don't think I need to explain it anymore. But as you can see, this layout fits perfectly into the square. You always want to make sure it's lined up as close as possible because when you do these mandala designs, even a fraction of a millimeter sometimes can make the design a little wonky. So it's really important that you always have it very even in there, and you want to make sure that you keep that up all the way through because it's very easy to just keep going and then all of a sudden something's messed up and you don't know how it happened. So here is my magnet. What a great tool that we have to keep this in place. And we're going to be using my Mandala Maker. There's 2 here. Oh, there's 3 here. Okay. We just got these everywhere. So I'm using this.
And Rina, I have to let you know, Aunt Jennifer's here.
Oh, hey, Jennifer. What's up? Love you. Let me see here. Okay. So do we have any opinions on which one we should start with? I'm down for opinions. I'm down for ideas.
Well, I think if you want my opinion, the one that's right by your thumb.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I love that one.
A curved point, as I call it. All right, so I'm going to start. This is actually one of my favorite ones to work with. And when you're using the mandala, not the mandala, what is this thing called? Wreath Builder?
The Wreath Builder.
The Wreath Builder. When you're using a Wreath Builder, make sure you're using these measurements as kind of a guide. I always like, if I'm starting with one of these points, I always like to try to line the point up with this point. So it gives me the most accurate idea of where the middle is. That way it just kind of goes on more evenly. And if you have trouble finding this point, I wouldn't say that I'm having the easiest time finding this point. But if you're somebody that struggles with lining it up, you can always take a light pencil and just draw a line across. So you have a little bit of a guide and you can line things up and then you can go back after it's stamped and erase any of the visible parts, which is really nice. Let's see here. Okay.
I do have to tell Cheryl, yes, I told some people today that I was going to laugh and somebody said, should I wear Depends? And I said, well, I'm going to be wearing them. You might as well.
All right. You should be sponsored by them at this point. Okay, so I'm inking the stamp. And then that is going to go right there. Oh, geez. Everybody close their eyes. Nobody saw that.
Okay.
Mom!
Well, it's all right. I'm going to just do a shameful plug here. Jennifer McGuire said the Wreath Builder is one of the best tools of all time. Jennifer, we love you. Thank you so much. When Jennifer says it, you know, that means it's right.
I didn't plan for this. Okay, so we're going to just do the same thing we did before because mistakes happen and there's nothing we can do about it now. It's not a big deal. We got more paper.
Hey, but wait, don't use that paper.
Oh my God.
Don't use that paper.
What do I use?
Use one of these
Oh, okay.
here.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those.
Got it. Okay, this one's too thin. Wait.
Rena was reaching into my scrap box. It's all right, you know?
Say that like I'm committing a crime.
No,
here.
no.
Okay.
No.
I might just make 2 just for safety.
Yes, make 2.
Okay.
Make
Bringing
2.
this back.
Here we go, round 2. Hey,
Cake almost fell
I already
over.
told everybody they're laughing because, you know,
Well, thank God.
I mean,
I'm sweating.
I mean, the truth of the matter is this is what happens all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
My trash can was overflowing with all of the mistakes the other day.
I would turn it upside down, but I want that pretty edge. I don't want
Yeah,
to
I
lose that pretty
know.
edge.
I know.
So I'm going to just make a second one for backup.
Sure.
And if it doesn't work, we're all going to deal with it.
We're just going to deal with it. And that's where the embellishments will go.
All right.
No, Joyce, Rina didn't give up her acrylic nails. She is in between. She was going to do them today and she got busy with customers.
Yeah, I woke up with all of them on my left hand and none of them on my right hand. So I figured that wouldn't be a good look for working with my hands on camera, unfortunately.
All right.
All right. See, that was easy. Crisis averted. Okay.
Third time's a charm.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'd clean that stamp.
Oh, you did?
No,
you
I
didn't.
would.
Okay.
Did you see the tidy towels? Okay.
I did. I
Do you
got them.
feel that thick tidy towel, Rena? We have a new and improved tidy towel.
Oh, yeah, that is nice.
Isn't that nice?
All right. It's done.
Hey, and it's in the right spot.
Yeah. See? I don't even have to move it.
Oh, did I see Tom Krupski in the room? I don't know. I don't think so. He's probably here.
He's somewhere.
He's somewhere. He's definitely here. Hey, Kathy Z. Welcome. While Rena is doing that, I'm just going to say,
aha.
Oh, that's
How
beautiful.
about that, guys?
Yes. 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 Hey, Mindy Egan.
All right. So line it up. And
We
you guys are going to see the kind of lotus flower shape that'll appear with this. Normally in my videos, I would speed through these parts. Like I would accelerate the time, but we're stuck with this pace right now. We're live.
That's okay. I think it's more fun.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's here. He gave us the word of the day.
Oh, right.
Oh, Tom, I didn't see it. Now I got to go scroll through the comments and see the word of the day. Oh, maybe I did see it. Wait a minute. I'm looking now. I'm going to find that comment and I'm going to share it. Rena, that mandala is already so beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. I'm finding Tom.
And so what's really nice about this, if you're mass producing something and you like where this is going, if you have another piece of paper, just stamp it right after and it'll have it in the same spot. You can, if you like a placement of something, make a couple, because as you just saw how easy it is to mess everything up and to be discouraged and have to redo something. So take initiative, make some extra, put your magnet down, and it's all good. All
right. So Tom did stop by with his word of the day. Rena is tonight's substitute stamper.
What did you call me?
Substitute stamper.
Substitute. Oh.
Substitute.
Wow.
Good word, Tom. We've missed you. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Simon Hurley's here.
Hey, Simon. Love you.
Simon,
I see you killing it on TikTok.
Yeah, Simon, drive down and come spend some time with us. Simon and Rena used to do a little, well, they had a YouTube thing going for a while. That was
kind of
so
a
much fun.
podcast kind of thing going on. It was just like we'd hang out and talk about whatever.
I loved it. It was so fun.
All right. So this is our last one. So as you can see from where it's placed, if you move it up a little bit, these won't be as intertwined. If you move it closer together, you're going to have a more closer together kind of kaleidoscope pattern. I like leaving it like this because there is a little circle for action in the center. And then where these points kind of converge, you can do a lot with that. So let's see what we're going to use next.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to clean my stamp first because I'm not a monster.
How do I get rid of Tom, can you call me and tell me how to get rid of a comment?
I thought you just click on it.
Oh, no, it's coming in from Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I clicked on it for a second, but so if you're watching on Twitch, I can't delete spammers. So,
all right. So next I'm going to do this stamp right here.
ooh.
This is a point with curves. As you'll soon realize, I call them all points in some kind of way. So with this one, I'm going to place it right here. So you might be able to see through, oh God, don't look at my roots. You might be able to see through the stamp that it's overlapping the lines that we stamped previously just a little bit. That's what we want, because when you stamp it all in black, obviously it's all going to merge together and look like one solid pattern. So it's okay if it overlaps that a little bit. I would rather have all the lines close together than some of them just floating away from the project. So that looks good to me. I'm going to lock it in place.
That's good advice right there. Oh, Jessie Hansen. Aunt Jessie's here.
Oh, Jessie, love you. Miss you. I was thinking about Junkie Fest the other day. Wish we could do it again.
So when you're using the Mandala Maker, one of the questions was, aren't you supposed to always start in square orientation? But when you're using the Mandala Maker and you're so far in on the cardstock, that really doesn't matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's more when you're very close to the edge and when you're starting out, when you're doing a wreath, that you need to be in square orientation.
And I did start the project in square orientation.
Yes.
So always start your first one in square just for safety. Yeah, this one's turning out nice.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, these little elements, they're really fun. They have a nice detail on them, so it doesn't feel like too crowded to where like, oh my gosh, this is going to take me years to color. I'll be passing it on to my grandchildren for them to finish coloring. It's nice because you have some bigger space where you can do some blending or other details, and then you have these little ones so you can have pops of color in different areas. God, I don't have my nails. I can't pick up paper.
So I'm just going to answer some questions here as people are asking them. There is, somebody asked if there's a Mandala Maker that goes with the mini Wreath Builder. And I'm going to say that either one of these Mandala Makers can be used with the mini Wreath Builder, because Rina has created tiny little images like the one she's using right now.
Yep,
would be a great starting point.
Or this one also has a mini version right
Yes.
here. So there are a lot of ways you can implement these tiny styles into a smaller wreath as well.
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Somebody wants to know if you miss making videos, Rina.
I do miss making videos. I liked the feeling of when you'd get done with a project and it was all recorded and everything was good to go, and then you'd put the video together and send it into the ether. I did like doing that. I do think that listening to my voice editing was not great for my mental health. But, you know, I mean, the art of crafting, I still really like to do. Like, I have a lot of DIY projects that I'm working on for my bedroom and my office and just my house in general that I want to do some stamping projects to complete. Like, I have a whole, I think I have like 3 rolls of film from when my boyfriend and I went to Seattle, and I really want to make that into a scrapbook page. So I really want to make some scrapbooking layouts, maybe possibly on a live, maybe, Mom?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
All right. Cleaning
so
my
a couple
stamp.
other quick questions. The cardstock that we're using that gives such a crisp image is the Gina K Designs Layering Weight White cardstock. It is probably, in my opinion, I searched high and low to find this cardstock, and it is the smoothest cardstock. Nina cardstock is not as smooth as this cardstock, and you will not realize it until you get it in your hand and you touch it. And that smoothness is what gives you such a crisp image, and it's also what makes our ink blending so smooth too. And then somebody asked the name of the stamp set, and you're using the Mandala Maker. Are you using one?
I'm using one.
The original Mandala Maker. Yes.
Okay, so I am unsure of how this one's going to turn out, but I took the tiniest circle, and this is what I meant by graphic shapes, how you can do something cool like a kaleidoscope pattern. Hoping this works out. Usually we'd put a greeting in the center with some of these mandalas, but for this one I kind of want to do a little design because we're just going to be coloring it in.
So I'm here to share a tip with you and everybody else. So what you can do is pick up that stamp with the Misty if you think it's in the right spot.
I think so.
Okay. And then you can use the acetate sheet on top to stamp it on there.
Oh, nice. As like a test run?
As a test run.
Wish I knew that on the first stamp.
Yeah.
But here we are.
But the thing that I'm afraid of is, well, it'll still look good. And then
it just kind of gives you an idea of where it's going to land.
It gives you an idea of where it's going to land. Yeah.
Yep.
Back to the dead space.
Yeah. Away. Banished to the shadow realm. Okay, I'm just testing this right now. Okay. I'm going to move it down just a little bit from where I had it. Let's see here.
Yeah, I would do it as many times as you need to make sure that it's looking good. If you're out of focus and you're on YouTube, make sure that you have the settings set to HD. There's a little gear underneath the screen, and you can change the setting from SD to HD. If it looks blurry, it very well may be that you just don't have it set to HD. We are broadcasting in 1080 HD. And I'm looking on my phone, and I'm also looking on the screen, and it is crystal clear like television. So I think maybe you might have it set wrong. So, Jessica wants a Mandala Maker 3, Rina.
Yes, I'm working on it. I'm cooking some things up. So just another tip, if you have a stick tool like this, and you feel like you need to move the stamp, but it gets stuck to your hand, or you feel like you can't place it right, just use the stick tool to kind of move it around, and it'll be a little bit easier to see what you're doing, because sometimes it can stick to our hands and move at the last second. So I'm going to go with right there.
From my view, it looks like it could go to the right more.
I'm not putting it right in the center, though. I'm creating a pattern.
Oh, very cool.
You'll see.
Okay.
Silence from the dead space, please.
Okay. Back to the dead space.
All right. So I just put it off to the side. Like I said, I want it touching the lines all the time. So I tried to enclose this space with the circle, and you'll see what I mean as I stamp it. So let's see here. Nice. That's the loudest silence I have ever heard.
It's because I'm in the dead space. I got banished.
There's
to the
a
dead
light
space.
right in front of her too, so I can't see what her face looks like. I just hear silence. All right, so you see how it just kind of layers nicely.
You missed my face.
Oh, sorry. Did you bring it on the screen?
I did.
Sorry. I'm out here using precision.
Oh, that looks so cool.
So yeah, this just creates a lot of fun opportunities for coloring in. Like you can do like a rainbow here, and you can make each little slice blend into a new color. Or yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
So a bunch of people are just saying that they didn't know that they could turn their screen to HD, and now it's all sharp and crisp for them. Yay, I'm glad that you found that out. Oh, I am digging what you're doing now.
And what's nice about these circle ones is that they'll form a perfect circle in whatever shape they go. As you can see, it's kind of making like that center piece. So it's really good if you want to make these into like flowers. It's a good way to create a lot of detail in the center for, again, coloring. There we go.
Jennifer, yes, the dead space has fruit salad. In fact, some of the girls at work said, oh, you and Rina should have wine tonight when you're doing this.
Are these inside jokes?
Oh, yeah. Fruit salad is...
fruit salad.
It's sangria.
Yummy. Oh, I see. Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
Right. Makes it sound healthier.
My boyfriend and I are really picky with food, and we'll have pasta, like we'll have spaghetti sauce, and we'll be like, vegetables.
Right.
Check.
French fries or potatoes,
Yeah,
and that's a
honestly,
vegetable.
you have to start somewhere.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
All right. So, as a rule of thumb, I usually only do like 3 to 4 designs in there. Otherwise, it gets a little muddy. But I do think we should put something in the center of these leaves right here. I'm calling them leaves now, but it was originally a point. So I think I'm going to take a tiny little design. What I like about this one is it has all these tiny little things in there. So these are really good for if you have a seam, like when you're stamping all these, if one of them doesn't line up exactly, these are really good elements to add on top of those just to kind of blend it all out. Luckily, I stamped it evenly, so I don't have to worry too much about covering up a seam, but I'm still going to show you one of the dots that I'm going to add. So this is like a medium-sized circle. Let me find a spot where you can see it. There we go. It's this one right here. It's like the mid-sized one, and I'm going to put it right on top of the point of the tip of the point. I don't know what I'm saying.
I love it.
And then I'm going to take, let's see here. I'm going to take this tiny, tiny, tiny little circle and place it right in here. So I like to do this when I'm doing mandalas too. Sometimes I put multiple stamps on in one go just because it kind of speeds up the process. I
love the struggle of trying to get it off your finger.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm just pushing this right here. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to remove my old stamp. Clean. Now I'm going to lock that down.
It's like riding a bike, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you need at least one warm-up mandala to kind of be like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then it teaches you a lot in that one go. So don't be afraid to mess up and try some new things. That's all I did when I first got this stamp was I just did test runs of fitting pieces together and finding the right spot. And yeah, you just kind of have to figure it out and practice, and it'll get easier as you do it. All right, so you can see how that already adds a little bit more detail. And this is a nice way to like customize each mandala and make it feel a little different.
You know, it's really interesting. I really thought that this thing should be colored, but I am mesmerized with the idea that it's black and white.
I'm going to show you guys a cool tip. Also, if you decide, I love this mandala and I don't want to go through the struggle of recreating it, I'm going to show you a tip of how to preserve your mandalas and recreate them in the exact same way again.
Yeah, I think we should stick to just all these tips and tricks tonight. I'd love to color it, but maybe I'll color it later and post it colored.
Yeah.
Because I think the tips and tricks are more valuable to everybody.
I don't know if I probably haven't mentioned this in a while, but some of our old viewers might remember. But to some of our new viewers, for one of my friend's birthday, I actually made about 10 or 15 of these designs and made them into a little coloring book for her. So it was like a homemade coloring book of just these stamped items. And to her, she was like, oh, that's such a cool idea. Like, I'd given her cards before, and she was like, oh, that's really cool that you made it. But I actually made her something that she could participate in because she didn't have stamping stuff and wasn't really interested in it, but she was really interested in coloring at the time. So it was just a cute way to make like a homemade gift for somebody. And it was also really fun for me because I could just design a bunch of random mandalas. And then later on, she would send me pictures of when she had colored them, and they looked so nice and fun. So
that's such a
little gift idea.
Great homemade gift idea.
All right. So here we are. We have our pretty mandala. Everything's lining up nicely. And here I am saying, wow, I really like this mandala, but I want to save this design for the future, but I don't know how to do that. I'm going to show you. So always do your tiniest stamps last. I'm going to leave these on the MISTI where they are because we know this spot is going to go in these spots right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamps that we already used and I'm going to line them up on some of the stamps we already made. And they don't have to be the first stamp we made. You're going to have to actually lay them out in different areas so they don't run into each other when you do the stamp. But we're going to get them all on there lined up where they're supposed to go. And then I'm going to show you how to make an instant wreath all in one go. So this is the only part where it gets a little difficult to line it up. Luckily, we have clear stamps. And like I said, use that stick tool to kind of wedge it into place. Let me see here. Oh, I just moved this one. There we go. And my point. I'm going to put my point over here. You might have to move some stuff around, but we want to layer it like that. Let's see if this works. Nope. So I have to move one of these tiny dots. I'm going to put it over here.
So basically, you're just placing all of the images that you used in all of those different spots, and you're just going to do this whole thing in 8 turns?
Correct.
That's brilliant.
So all of those stamps are in the mandala position that they need to be. So thank God I cut that other piece of paper. Wow. Perfect. Ready to go. So this actually makes mandalas a lot easier. The hardest part is getting all those pieces into their position. But once they're in that position, you can go if you can hold the ink pad correctly. That's a personal issue. So just ink everything up. And stamp. So that obviously doesn't look like a mandala yet, but wait, there's more.
You're giving me some very good ideas here tonight, Rina.
Brilliant. So it might still feel kind of crazy. Like what are these ones doing over here?
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Just double stamp that a little bit. There we go.
And I think the big thing about mandala making and wreath building is just to remember that it's not a race. Just take your time, and it's only paper. So if it doesn't work out, just cut a new piece of paper. I mean, we did that tonight, right, Rina?
We literally did that in front of your very eyes. All right. I am using the Black Onyx Premium Dye ink for this design today.
And Black Onyx dries super quick, and you can use it with Copic markers and with colored pencils and Gamsol. If you want to watercolor this, then I would definitely use the Obsidian Amalgam ink, because Amalgam ink is a waterproof ink. But if you're not using watercolor, then the Black Onyx dye ink works with Copics and Gamsol. I love how it looks so awful, but yeah. But it's you just can see like parts of it starting to look a lot better.
It's like doing a highlight on someone, honestly. Like when you pull out the foils and their hair is like bright yellow and you're like, okay, just wait, we're getting there. Just let me tone it. Don't look panicked. And then you get the toner on and you blow dry and it's great. But right now we're in the yellow roots, what is happening phase. Things have to get worse sometimes before they get better. Usually do.
This is also a great way if you want to use embossing powder and embossing ink, because you can do it so quickly that your embossing ink will probably not dry in 8 turns. You'd be able to actually get embossing powder on there. I love this. That's right. Trust the process.
Nice. And then I believe we're at our last one here. Takes about 5 turns, and then you're like, ah, I see. All right. Last one. Ta-da!
Oh, that turned out great.
So
That
as you
looks
can
beautiful.
see, they are exactly the same. Same quality. This one maybe could have been pressed down a little bit more, but you know, we're working with what we got. And now the biggest step you want to do now that you have these mandalas, take an extra piece of paper, scrap piece of paper that you don't care about, and you're just going to stamp this single design on here. You're not going to stamp it 8 times. This is going to be your new template for if you want to make that mandala one more time. So now you have this. And all you have to do is place all your stamps on these spots, and it will create this mandala, which I think is a really nice tool if you're somebody that really likes to weasel things in together and find the right spot. When I was really into making these, I found a way to perfectly fit some of these pieces together all together, and I didn't want to lose them because I knew I'd never do it again, you know? So if you find a mandala you like, do this trick, and then you have it forever and you can make it anytime you want. Got anything to add, Mom?
My
You
God.
still there?
Yeah. I'm just like blown away here. I am blown away.
Life hack.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun to just sit down and kind of figure out what fits into what. Like, I've had days where I fit like this little piece in here. This one's kind of a weird wedge shape. You can fit that like right in this corner right here. There's so many ways you can build like a giant shape. It just takes a little bit of finessing it into the right position.
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Well, I'm coming around.
Brush my hair. Hang on, guys. It's really hot in these lights
Are
right
you
now.
brushing your hair?
Yeah. There we go. Whew.
Wow, you are amazing. That is fantastic.
I did create it.
So we don't really have a ton of time to color it and turn it into a card, but the tips were worth it. It was,
I think so.
I mean, the tips were unbelievable. So we've got about 10 minutes. So what I'm going to show them is I'm going to show them how to alter an envelope to fit the square card. This way, if you want to make a little square card, you can add your little square mandala maker, and I'll mount that on a card so I can show them how it fits.
Perfect.
Will that work?
Love that.
All right. Great
Yeah.
job.
Okay.
You're coming back.
I'm going back to the
goodbye.
shadow realm.
All right. You go back to the shadow realm. All right. So
Just kidding.
This
It's
is
still me.
gorgeous.
Just kidding. I'm actually going to put it back on you.
this is gorgeous. So I'm going to make this card real quick just so that we have a, oh gosh, my tape runner ran out.
Oh,
See?
jeez.
I have another one though. So let's do the overhead and I'll show them. You can see my tape runner has seen better days. You want to do that overhead shot?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I was brushing my hair.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly change this. Look, my tape runner broke, but you know what? I've had this same tape runner for a couple of years now, and it just still works. So I dropped it and it broke, but it's still working. So I'm just going to tape this. Oh, I love this. This is beautiful. So I'm going to tape this here, and then I'm going to make a quick square card base. So I'll just pick a color. Well, I think I'm going to do white, actually,
Nice.
because I want to keep that black and white theme. Oh, so let me find a big paper cutter. You're a hard act to follow.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch, 4 1/4 of an inch by 11. And then I'm going to get my small paper cutter. And I'm going to score this. Well, actually, I could cut it down, but I'm going to score this at 4 1/4 inches. This saves a little bit extra cardstock, like you get a bigger piece at the end if you do it this way. And then I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 inches. So hopefully that made sense. And that gives you a bigger scrap piece that you can use later. And I'm going to just pop that mandala right onto this card base. And then I'm going to show you how to alter an A2 envelope. For my newer friends who never saw me do this before, I think it's a good little tip, because these mandalas are so cute. And if you want to do a little square envelope to match, it's super easy to do. So let me move some of the things because everything is everywhere. But I love that I have this template.
Yeah, you can save it now.
Yes.
Wouldn't this card be such a cute, like either save the date or like a thank you for a wedding?
It
and you
really-
can add like some like sequins on it, like little diamonds.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, great card base would have been good too. I didn't think of that. Okay, so I have just a plain white A2 envelope here. And all you have to do is cut a 1/2 inch off of either side of this envelope. Now, I know lots of you have these envelope templates and things like that, and those are great, and they make beautiful envelopes. But if you need a quick square card, a square envelope, this is a really quick and easy way to do it.
I have a quick interruption.
Yes.
Leslie asks, it costs more to mail a square card, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does. But if I'm like attaching this card to a gift, then I can make the perfect envelope that fits it. Maybe if I'm doing a Christmas card with a Christmas gift, or I'm giving somebody a gift card, and I want to do a handmade card for it. A square card is a really nice size to put a gift card inside. If you want to send this to somebody and you don't want to pay the extra postage, then what I recommend is just get a A2 panel and stick it inside the envelope to make it rigid. Then put your square card in there, and it won't be flopping around on the sides because you've got that piece of cardstock in there to keep it rigid. But if you're hand delivering this and you want the envelope to match, this is the quick tip. All right. So what you're going to do is cut a 1/2 inch off of each side. So this envelope measures 5 3/4 inches. I'm going to go down a 1/2 inch from there, which is 5 1/4. So I'm going to go to the 5 1/4 inch mark, and I'm going to cut. Then I'm going to flip it around. And this is important. Don't just try to cut it all off of one side, because it's going to look weird. This part's going to look weird. Flip it around upside down, and then go down another 1/2 inch. So I'm at 5 1/4. A 1/4 inch is 5. Another 1/4 is 4 3/4. So that's a 1/2 inch down. Okay. Now these things will fall out that were inside. And now you can round these corners if you want. And I used to have a corner rounder, but my daughter Alicia borrowed my corner rounder, and now I don't have it anymore. So my little tip would be maybe make a little kind of angle it here a little bit.
Or don't give your daughters your
Or
tools.
don't give my daughter my corner rounder. But if you want to, you can do just a little decorative edge right here like this. And then if you want it to be exactly the same on the other side, you can take this and flip it over the opposite way and lay it onto the other side and cut along that line. This way it's perfect, because it's kind of hard to make it exactly the same on both sides if you don't have a little template like this. So we'll just do that. That's pretty close. And then so we made a little decorative edge there.
Cute.
Then I'm going to use some Gina K Designs Terrific Tape. Boy, I should have used a darker color because it's kind of hard to see this, but I think you guys get the idea. What you're going to do is you're going to put this Terrific Tape right along the edge. This is the 1/8 of an inch. Put it right along the edge there and just trim off that excess. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, wax seals. That's a great way to do it too. Well, you can still, moisten this envelope and use it because it still has the sticky stuff on there. It's just the edge was flat and I wanted it to have a little bit of a decorative edge. But you don't have to do that. You could just leave it flat too. It looks great flat. Okay, and then peel off your liners. Let me burnish that a little bit.
Yes.
Peel off the liners. Oh, I need nails. All right. Here we go. I'm getting it.
Yes.
And then just lift your flap up and adhere it onto the side like that. And then, ooh, what is that? Then you've got the perfect little envelope that fits your Mandala Maker card. Fits in there just perfectly. So that's a little handmade envelope out of an A2 envelope that you can make yourself.
So cute.
Wow.
We
Wow.
have requests from people for a new mandala every week.
Oh,
If
well,
you'd be down
Rina,
to do that, that'd be fun.
I need you then.
We should see how many different mandalas we can make out of one set. We should just run the numbers. I'm sure there's a stats guy out there that knows the exact number, but I don't. So we should just try to make a new one every week. I think that would be a good time.
You know what we could do?
Hmm.
We can also scan this
Oh, yeah.
and share it in the group.
That'd be cool if every week we had like a new one to share and everybody could make it and color it a different way. That would be really fun.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to work on that and see if we can get our schedules to coordinate. What do you think?
Beautiful. I
So
love
can you
that.
hit that new comments button down there at the
All
bottom
right,
so that they
yes.
keep scrolling? All right. All right, Rina, come on. Get the front shot going and come on up here and let's say goodbye. Well, everybody, this was super fun. We had so much fun. And Rina, you did an amazing job. I didn't
Thank
really
you.
work very much tonight.
I
You
know.
did all the work.
What the heck, guys? I'm working camera in the nether realm and doing stuff. Like,
I love it.
gosh. But yeah, that was really fun. Good brain activity making mandalas. I know the set on its own, and then when you see the results other people make, it can be really intimidating. Just literally start trying stuff. Just add, that's literally what I did. Just put stuff on there, stamp it 8 times, and finesse things into the corners and see how it goes. And if you like it, do that trick to save it because you're going to want it again one day. And once you figure it out, you never have to worry about it again.
That's right. The template's great. And for those of you that bought a laminator, because I know a lot of people bought the Mink, they bought laminators to do, foil.
Mhm.
Get little laminator pouches and laminate these.
Mhm.
This way you'll keep them pristine and just trim them very close to the edge. You really don't even have to trim them. All you have to do is slip it underneath the Wreath Builder and put it on top.
Yeah,
So,
and just write on it. Make sure you put sample, so you don't throw it away as a scrap or something.
Yeah.
Add some color to it or something. Just once you have a bunch of them, you can mass produce these mandalas, and it's so fun.
You're awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you for
There's just this
being
moment
here.
she just stares at me. I'm like, okay, bye.
No, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
It was
It's always
great
a
to
good
have
time.
you.
I always miss being a part of this community. It's fun to do hair and nails and all that, but it is really fun because every time I jump back into it, I feel like it's like, okay, we're starting from where we left off, So I'm always happy to be a part of this.
Awesome. Well, I'll try to get her back here again real soon. Thank you, Rina.
No problem.
All right.
Should I leave?
Well,
Camera left?
I do need camera left.
Now get out.
I do need you to work the dead space
Okay.
for the end of the show.
Goodbye, guys.
All right, everybody. And one more reminder that Tom and I will not be live on Thursday this week, but I will have a video for you that I think you're going to love. Then I also have another fun video with a new series that I'm starting on my YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out on Friday. And then we will be back live again on Tuesday night for our regular Stampin' Chat Live. And I will be working on getting you back here, Rina.
I will be back.
All right. Awesome.
Hopefully not in this role because I'll just have the camera like this.
Yeah. This was so much fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We love you all so very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you again real soon. You can go to that end screen, Rena, way over on the side.